Start off with Eric Bailey with the Tulsa World and then go to
Okay.
Ryan Aber. Eric?
Hey, Brian, it's good to see you again, man.
Hey, what's up? How are you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Hey, I was wondering if you could just discuss Caleb Kelly and just his resiliency after the last two seasons. How much of a role model can he be by the way he's handled his situation and working to get back on the field?
You used a good word there in him being so resilient. And a year ago, whenever he did found out that he did tear his ACL a year ago, he was actually in the meeting the same day that he did it in the afternoon because we had morning practice. He knew that he did it, and a credit to him and his character. He was in the position meeting later on that day like nothing had happened, taking notes and not being the poor pitiful me, blame, complain, or defend any kind of action. So he's playing the hand that he's dealt. I think for him individually, I think it. But what an amazing job, first of all, to be able to have enough resilience to be able to get back and go compete here at the university, and then also for his teammates and for himself. But I think this spring for him is just get one day better. And as for all of them, but just incrementally getting better and better and getting more confidence for him to have himself have a chance to be successful in the fall. And he's done a really good job of that. Practice 1 to we just finished practice, I think 7 today. There's been a jump, and he's more fluid. The things that he is seeing, he's processing faster. And the things with it is it makes you excited about Caleb, not only just because his size and his knowledge and things of that nature, but also him as a person. You're really excited for him as a person because all he's been through here at the university.
Brian, thanks a bunch. Have a good week.
You too. Thanks, man. Good to see you.
Okay, let's go to Ryan Aber and then Joe Bettner.
Yeah, Brian, good to see you again.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, not a lot. Just talking to you. Hey, just want to ask you about one of your younger guys, Shane Whitter. We saw him play more and more as the year went on last year. What kind of progress have you seen from him, and what progress do you hope to see from him here from now until the first of the season?
Shane is a guy who, he got a short end of the stick. He was one of the few guys that came here at semester a year ago. We spent about 3 weeks together after we got off the road recruiting. He was learning how to be, a college student. He was learning how to be a student athlete here at University of Oklahoma, and he was learning how things work. He came a long ways from home, and then all of a sudden the rug was pulled from underneath his feet, and we sent him back home. And that class of guys got a little bit of the short end of the stick because they came here to go compete in the spring. They came here to get a leg up in the academics, and then they're kind of in the no man's land after we sent them home. Credit to Shane. He did a great job preparing his body to get back and give himself a chance to play last year. And what you saw throughout the year was a guy that contributed on special teams throughout the year. But also you saw a guy that played his way onto the field on defense at the will linebacker spot. And by the time the bowl game hit, he was got substantial playing time in crucial minutes of that game. And it's, really exciting to see him out there and be able to do it. And then it's exciting to watch that kid progress as a backer here in this system. It's exciting to watch him process and recognize information that he sees and react the right way. Because we all know, his best attribute is going to be his speed. He's one of the fastest guys on the team. And it shows up on tape for sure. But I'm really excited about Shane and his future here, and he's going to be a major player this year. We're going to get him on the field, and he's got high expectations for himself. But just like with all of our guys, we expect him to go practice well and go play well. But he's one in particular that has truly flashed, and every rep that he gets, you see improvement. You continually see improvement, and it's exciting for Shane individually.
Appreciate it, Brian.
Thank you.
Okay, Joe Bettner and then Jason Kersey.
Okay.
Hey, Brian. Just want to ask you, this being kind of your second spring practice, full spring practice since coming. I wanted to ask you if you could reflect on just coming here from that first time in 2019 to now, just I guess the mentality and mindset. We've heard so much from the players talk about how much it's changed, but from your perspective, how have you seen that grow over the last 2 years?
Man, that's a great question, and it's such a it's amazing the difference in this room that I have today. At the moment, we have 9 guys in the room. Every one of those 9 guys have played and played meaningful minutes, whether it be on special teams or actual defensive reps. We've got starting experience. We've got great athletes. We got good kids. We got good citizens here. You know, and the thing, like, I'm so excited about the fact that not only do we have good kids, we got good student athletes, we got really good football players, but we've got experience and we've got guys with a little bit of savvy, guys that can anticipate some things that's coming, and they've had enough reps, they've seen enough, they've been in the fire enough where they can recognize and react pretty fast. Really excited about the unit and just, again, the amount of experience, and then how much better we are from this time a year ago. And that's, you know, it's a continual challenge with that group, just to continue to fight to get better each rep. It doesn't matter, you know, necessarily the results of that play. What matters is my technique. Am I better at my technique after the play than I was before the play? And if our mindset's not like that, then our focus is in the wrong place. And they've done a really good job with that, you know, and you know, our footwork, our hand placement, defeating blocks, our identification on what formation and the strength, and all. I couldn't really ask for more. And with the improvement that they've made from this time a year ago. So there's a lot of excitement. And, you know, one of the things also with that is you go in the position meeting room and you're coaching how to be a linebacker, and not coaching memorization on what gap do you have in this formation, in this call. Not talking about how do we fit the power. We're talking about how, you know, individually, how can you play the power better within each call. So there's a, you know, once we've kind of gotten over this first hurdle with this group a year ago, which there was a lot of fresh faces in that room a year ago, you should see a jump in production and jump in efficient play, you know, and just being efficient as backers with our footwork and how we fit within this defense.
Thanks, Brian.
Yep.
Jason Kersey, and then John Hoover.
Hey, Brian, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
I wanted to ask you about David Ugwoegbu. He was kind of the first guy that signed with you guys after this defensive staff showed up. So when that happened, did you expect, I think there was an expectation he'd be an outside guy. Did you think there was any chance you'd end up working with him? And then how has that transition gone?
You know, when I saw his film out of high school, really didn't think much about inside. In my mind, it was going to be more of the outside linebacker position that we kind of thought, in which he played his freshman year. And I really didn't anticipate being able to gain a guy like that until I saw him in drills. And I saw him in drills. I saw him move in space. I saw the length and how he can handle his body, and the competitiveness, the toughness, and the speed that he brings to the game. I saw that pretty early on when he got here, and you know, that got some wheels turning in my head as far as trying to steal him from another room. So we're always recruiting. You know, I'm always recruiting guys. If they can play backer, I'm going to like them. But the thing with David is, you know, he brings such a different mentality as far as he's mature. He's so physical. He's a tough guy.